a long time.
Yeah. So Matt has mentioned a couple times that I'm former Washington State champion, but you should know it's from 2009. I played Jun, so really like Cascade is the 2009 Washington State champion.
It was a completely fair mechanic.
Oh, awesomely fair. So again, we're taking a bunch of damage. He chooses not to mind rip us.
So he didn't mind rip us. So this means we get some 8s, and that gives us a lot of outs, actually.
It's true. So that was actually a very poor play on his part. If he had mind ripped us, we'd have to play a 7 here, and we'd have to hope for like Platinum Angel. But we get to play an 8, and with 8s we have at least 2 outs here. So we could get sweepers.
We get Hover Guard Sweepers. That's a great card. Enters the battlefield, bounce 2 guys. And so bounce is really good in this format because they're tokens and not cards. And when they get bounced, they just disappear.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah. So Hover Guard Sweepers is definitely an out for us. It's 5/6 flyer. Another out for us right now is Cataract Leviathan, which bounces
everything,
all the creatures on the board,
and we're way behind, so that's fine.
Yeah. So it's Wrath of God, which is fine for us. And both of those, don't trigger Rock Egg, which is pretty sweet. I think Sphinx of the Steel Wind is actually still an out for us because it's got pro red and pro green, so it blocks Hellkite Overlord and the lifelink.
And the lifelink is a big deal.
Will help dig us out.
All right, well let's find out.
So we got at least 3 outs here.
Let's see if we have to scoop, I guess.
And we're gonna go ahead and get rid of Island.
And that's 3 outs out of like 88s. 98.
Is it really that many? I thought it was like 60 or 70.
Well, we'll have to look.
And you are the numbers man, so you're probably right.
This is entirely my fault. I should have done my homework.
Oh. So we get Maelstrom Jin, who is normally actually pretty sweet. He's normally a 5/6. He's getting a bonus because of the Blessed Orator. And we probably get another turn out of this, but it's not looking that sweet for us. We're definitely gonna take 2 from the Mind Ripper. The Hellkite Overlord, it regenerates too. Regenerates for black and green, so we can't even kill it with Jin and Thundercloud. But we can soak a lot of its damage. So we're gonna get another turn to try to rip Hover Guard Sweepers or Cataract Leviathan. And you can see here he's accelerating. If we're lucky, he'll make a 10 here. And 10s are actually really awful. So he's making a 10 here. He's probably gonna get a blank off of it. Maybe he won't. Reaper King is just not that great. It's a 6/6.
He's a guy.
Does nothing.
He reaps.
It's a little bit better than a Crawworm. But not that awesome. And like a lot of the 10s are like that. They're just dirtles that aren't that impressive. So he's got the Mind Ripper coming. He's going to come over with Hellkite Overlord. He could just be really terrible and choose not to attack with the Hellkite Overlord and force us to trade. So what he should have done is he should have attacked the Mind Ripper and the Hellkite Overlord and kept up regen mana and then made an 8. That would have been sweet for him. And again, I keep on F6ing, and so I have to remove the auto yields because I want to prevent damage to myself with the Kithkin Healer, which we were forgetting to do for a long time.
We should probably take a couple extra turns here and not just get beat.
Yeah, seems like the right play.
All right, so I got the old laptop over here. It looks like there are 89 8-drops if you include Scars of Mirrodin, and that's from the vintage set, which isn't exactly correct for online play here, but it's pretty close.
Yep. So again, we're gonna hit 8. We have more outs, like in the 9s. Blazing Archon is an out,
but that's it.
And we picked up another out here with Sanguine Predator. Sanguine Predator is an 8-drop that you can pay a black and sacrifice a creature to destroy all creatures with the same converted mana cost.
Ooh, that'd be hot.
So if we hit that, we can use it to kill the Mind Ripper or to kill the Hellkite Overlord. So it gives us some more outs, and the fact that he's being kind of frightened with Hellkite Overlord and probably doesn't realize it as trample is playing to us as well. So let's see what we get on 8s. And we're gonna go ahead and ditch this swamp. Generally, when you get up to the 8s, you want a lot of red mana, and you want maybe up to 2 green and a black, and a blue and white. But you don't need more than 1 white, 1 blue, and 1 black.
Sure. So let's see what we got here. Vampiric Dragon, that guy's pretty good, right?
Yeah, Vampiric Dragon, depending on how our opponent plays, might actually win this for us. So he lets us kill a bunch of our opponent's guys, and he gets really big really fast. So if we get to untap with him, we'll get to kill the Mind Ripper.
Ton of stuff.
And probably like the Skyward Eye Prophets. We'll see if we get that far.
All right, let's pass back.
Yeah. So our opponent should be able to. Actually, our opponent probably can't kill us outright this turn. But the problem is he's gonna make an 11 drop. The Peanut Gallery is telling us not to have 6, and we actually have 2 this time. Yep. So we're gonna Skyward Eye Prophet. So he's gonna be able to make an 11 drop. And right now we're hoping that he gets a 4/5 out of his 11 drop. All right. So he wised up. He's going to be attacking with Hellkite Overlord and the Mind Ripper. And we'll see if he actually realizes that the Overlord can regen. And what we're going to do here, we're going to stick a whole bunch of bodies in front of the Overlord, and we're going to go ahead and what do we want to put in front of the Reaper?
That's a fair question. I mean, your 2 options look here like you could block with the Vampiric Dragon. Can you healer this guy?
Yeah, so one option is to block the Vampiric Dragon and the Blessed Orator. And if he orders the Orator first, then we just heal ourselves.
Yep.
If he orders the Vampiric Dragon first, then we heal the dragon. We take an extra from the Dothy Mind Ripper, but
we get our dragon, which
we
said is critical to our plan next turn.
Which is pretty good. Yeah, and like we definitely want to keep the dragon here. Let's see, how much damage are we taking here? So we've got 12 in front of it, 12 toughness in front of it. So we're going to take 1 damage if he pumps fully. 3. We can go to 4. So like it's worthwhile getting the Reaper King out of here. And we'll see how he stacks the blockers.
Seems good.
And even though we think we have 2, we'll just make sure again because it's actually kind of important. So this is as you can see, actually there are some decisions involved here. It's not totally random, and our opponent could have won when we got the Mouse from Jin if he had attacked with the Hellkite instead of making his 10 drop. And forced us to chump with these guys essentially last turn.
Right.
So we've gotten additional plays out of this. So our opponent is ordering our blockers. We're gonna see what he does with this Blessed Orator. And it's still gonna be rough coming back from this.
Yeah. So if we get to untap, do we just start eating guys with the dragon and go for it? Is that the plan? Is that good enough, or do we really just need to dig for an 8 that's gonna save us?
Yeah. So, and the nice thing is because he didn't mind rip us at all, we're gonna have this extra mountain. Okay, so he ordered Vampiric Dragon then Blessed Orator, which means that we get to Kithkin Healer our Vampiric Dragon, save the Vampiric Dragon, and we're gonna see if he's smart enough to pump here and if he's smart enough to regen.
Not necessarily smart enough. I mean, people don't play with these cards. I mean, that's sort of the problem with Momir. There's a lot of text on a lot of these big guys too, right?
Absolutely true.
Let's be honest.
So I am making out our opponent to be a little bit of a dirtle here, and that's not true. Like it's complicated. Reading the cards, reading the friendly cards is important.
Reading the cards is very important. I mean, we have been missing healing ourselves quite a bit.
It's absolutely true. Yeah. So we're kind of dirtles as well. So our opponent is pumping the Hellkite Overlord.
All right. He's going to decide how much to pump, though, because it looks like he wants to save some just to really get a huge guy still.
Yeah. Well, so what he might be doing, it looks like he's... It might be that he's just pumping to make sure he kills both of our guys. And we'll see if he actually wants to trample over and get in that third damage. He probably should. Like, the ideal play is to pump 5 times to regen. And I guess make a 4-drop. 4-drops are fine. So he's gonna get in that extra point of damage here. And we're gonna need to rip something spicy. Yeah, he's regenning, so we're still in a lot of trouble.
And once again, making the 4-drop there gets the last card out of his hand, but like keeping it doesn't save it. It doesn't help at all, right?
Yeah, he's got the Skyward Eye Prophets, so like he'll get up to 15 mana if we let him live that long. So we'll see what he does here. I think we're just gonna take 3, go to 4. So our plan for the next turn is to hit an awesome 8. Hoverguard Sweepers, his Hellkite Overlord, and have enough mana to make the Vampiric Dragon a little bit bigger by killing his Mind Ripper.
Yeah, let's stop getting ripped.
But that'll still leave us in a little bit of a hole because he'll be able to start making 11 drops.
Yep.
All right, so we're down to 4, and Vampiric Dragon gets a counter, which is another bonus here. We can't go ahead and like try to kill 2 of his guys with Vampiric Dragon on our next turn to make him a 8/9 because the Hellkite Overlord again, it pumps and it regenerates. So like that's just a losing plan. And he's passing and isn't playing a land in his hand, which doesn't seem right. Like he should at the very least play a land in his hand and get to Emrakul mana a little bit faster. Or just like have additional lands in play to deal with his Hellkite Overlord. So we get a black, we get a swamp. We're gonna go ahead and play a mountain. We're gonna go ahead and hit our 8, and we're gonna leave black and red open so that we can either use Vampiric Dragon, or if we get Sanguine Predator, we can use Sanguine Predator.
Yep.
And we're gonna
Ditch
get rid of the
swamp.
swamp. And sweet card is
Sphinx of the Steel. We had just chatted about that guy.
Yeah, so this is actually, this may not be the worst for us because the lifelink is going to help out a fair amount.
All right, well let's eat his Mind Ripper, and that seems right still, correct?
Yeah, so